Hey YouTube, I put a post out earlier this day, earlier in the day, just letting everybody know that due to my avid research and my prowess and unwillingness to give up in the face of opposition and in the face of naysayers, being called all kinds of things like conspiracy theorists. I'm sure some of you been have taken part in that. Okay, but anyways, getting to a more serious topic, I just want to let you know that remedy is available, and I can make it available to you. But however, I have resolved, and my partners, we have reached a quorum, or a how shall I say? We've basically said that we're not going to release the information that we have, so that people can ruin the process. Okay. I wanted to get on here just to kind of elaborate on why. Okay. The sovereign citizen movement. Okay, we see the results of that. We see how it started. It seemed all good. Everybody jumped on board. People were making claim to everything and anything, right? And we see eventually how that ended up. Okay, so that's one aspect. The what's known as the accounts, supposedly with the birth certificate and all that kind of thing. We see how that all turned out. So a lot of people went to prison, some of which we haven't even heard back from. So we don't know what's going on in their particular situations, right? So that's another. What was that called? I forgot what kind of the accounts for the Treasury Direct accounts. All right. So we're not playing that game. All right. What else? There's been many movements. The birth certificate movement, all that kind of stuff. But you get where I'm going with that. So I am determined that we are not going to do anything that is not in accordance with the law, that is not established by precedent, by the higher courts, lower courts alike. We're not going to do anything that is per se risque, where it's borderline questionable. All right, we're only going to do things that are in line, like I said, that the courts have already established, and we're going to make sure that it's good law. It's not just, it's not from the 1600s where it might have been overturned or what have you. Okay, so that's what you got coming from here. Myself and my partners and myself, we definitely will guarantee that we're gonna be dealing with some good law. But other than that, we can't release it, and we won't release it. But we resolved to actually do the process for you. I mentioned that we would actually put together a temporary trust, okay, situation. Trust is where it's at, believe me. I also do trust. I help with trust, not legal advice. I don't provide legal advice, but in the instance, okay, that you meet the prerequisites and the requirements as outlined, as we will outline. If you look down in the description below, you'll see some of the details. But if you meet that criteria and you're willing, then we'll sign that power of attorney, where in fact you will make me a limited power of attorney for you or my partners, wherein we can act on your behalf as your attorney in fact. How about that? All right, so most of the gurus out there are sleeping on that. But then I can act on your behalf, or we can act on your behalf, okay, and get this process particularly taken care of for you. And we're willing to do that, okay, but everything will be done above board. In all business, we will be men and women, and we will have agreements, okay, because enough is enough with the disinformation, okay. And so we do have this remedy, and this remedy is time tested. It has been explored, but not to the depths and extent that we have here now. Okay, so we're willing to get this going for you. I will say you do need to have your birth certificate. Your certificate of live birth authenticated. You do. That is a necessity for this process. Okay. Now, what's the ultimate issue? Okay. If you paid attention to my previous video, I asked you a question. I asked you, how old are you really? What I should have said is, what is your true age? Because that has everything to do with the remedy. All right. And that's as much of a clue as I'll give you. But the process, we're going to keep that in-house. And this is for your protection as well as our protection, because we can no longer allow people out there, loose cannons, okay, with all of this information, knowledge, and power, and abuse it. And further show the hand to those corrupt individuals who don't want you to be free. We're going to quell that here at KnowledgeWell, okay? My partners and I, we're not allowing it to go past here. That stops now, okay? And agents and trolls and what have you, you're put on notice, okay, that none of this is legal advice, okay? But we have a right to help our fellow men and women. We have a right to provide information and knowledge based on our research, okay? And we are not agents against any government, whether a local, state, or federal, okay? We're just exercising information, knowledge, and we have the right to do that. So if you have a problem with that, kindly find another channel, okay? Because all this stuff, you know, I leave my comments open because I'm not afraid of it. We leave our comments open. But we will flag, spam, or do whatever our due diligence to deal with the situation at hand. But with all that said, okay, a lot of people are out here. Oh, I thought I lost my feet. A lot of people are out here practicing these different so-called remedies, but they're putting the cart before the horse. And that's why some of you appear to have a temporary remedy, but you really don't. In the long run, you find out, okay, that when you run into that right individual, or when the market becomes oversaturated, as I stated in the previous video, sooner or later the state and all the governments will kick back at you and show you just how much of a remedy you actually and truly have, all right? But I can assure you that this process right here is going to be the one you're looking for. All right, so with that being said, look down below for the information. Share this, okay? And in fact, I think we'll put it like this. You bring somebody in and we'll start to chip off on the amount that you will have to, or that we require as a minimum donation, okay? For you, for your referral. How about that? We can work together, all right? So with that being said, it's time to get busy. If you're looking for that remedy, we got it, all right? All right, so anyways, thank you. And we look forward to doing, having a great relation with you and others. All right. Thank you, Courtney. KnowledgeWell signing out.